Hello everybody, this is Ian and welcome to Risk Online. This is something new. I've decided to start out on the channel playing this game, and it looks like we are first in the turn order actually. So Risk is a game where your objective is to take over the world. You start out by getting troops on your turn, and that troop number is based on the amount of territories you have and the amount of continents you control. So I started out a little bit late there, so I didn't quite get to explain the match before I started playing, but as you can see, I have gone for the continent of Australia. So if I show you the continent bonuses over here, these continents actually give you a different set bonus depending on which one you have. So if I took over North America, I'd get an extra 5 troops per turn. I took over Australia, which gives me 2 extra troops per turn. So it looks like people are usually going to try and go for continents. It looks like Pink is trying for South America right now. And it looks like Red is going to try and maybe go for Africa or maybe Europe. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like they are just going to fight in Asia to go ahead and try and get a card. Now what I didn't explain about this is the card system. So these cards here, you essentially get them every time you take over a territory on your turn, and with these cards you can turn them in to get bonus troops. So usually when you play Risk, you do want to attack and try and get more of these cards. So I'm going to slap these in Mongolia, I'm going to attack down into China, and I'm going to fortify everything back onto this square here to protect my continent bonus. And then the game will sort of go like this until somebody gets desperate enough to attack somebody else. There is only 3 people in this lobby, so we're going to have to see how this plays out. Pink is attacking to get a card by the looks of things. Red definitely wants Africa, I believe. They've also put some in North America. Not entirely sure why. I don't think they stand much of a chance at getting North America anytime soon, but it does look like they are going to expand their territory in Africa right now. Oh, and even attacking the Middle East for another strange reason. I'm not entirely sure what their game plan is, but we will have to keep an eye on them. Alright, we get 7 troops on our turn, which is a good amount. I'm going to place them here and attack Europe with them. It looks like the pink player might be missing. If this happens for long enough, they will actually become a bot. I'm going to attack Europe, and I'm actually going to fortify this 9 back here once again. We will have to see if pink returns on their turn or not. But yes, the more territories you hold and the more continents you hold, the more troops you get at the beginning of your turn, which is what you want to do because, of course, the objective is to take over the whole world. You want to defeat every other player in order to win the game. Pink becomes a bot. That will be very good for us because that means we only have to worry about one player, and that is Red. And it looks like Pink has returned, a little bit late, but they are back. And they are still in Africa. They attack Red. Oh, they actually keep attacking. All the way up and attacking Red in the Middle East to little avail. Not entirely sure why that play was necessary. I guess they want to weaken Red's troop count a little bit. And they are fortifying into Brazil, and it is now Red's turn once again. And Red is placing all of their troops in Iceland for some reason, and it looks like they're going to attack me. And they are also attacking Pink. Will they get Africa this turn? It looks like they might try to go for Africa on this turn, which would be pretty big for Red and is something they most certainly need to do if they want to stay in this game. But they stop short for, again, some reason. I don't entirely know Red's play here. They are probably a pretty new player by the looks of things. Alright, we get 6 troops, which is not bad. I'm going to place them all here. I'm going to attack here. And I'm going to fortify all of them back to this choke point here to hold on Australia and keep all of my troops in one spot, so if need be I can move out and go for some eliminations later in the game. Pink has turned in their troop cards. That is what I was referring to earlier, which gives them a huge bonus, a very scary 17 in North America. And will they try and go for the continent? It looks like they might. They're going to attack all the way across, going into there. It does look like they want the entire continent, but will they get it? My 2 might be able to hold up, and it does the job just fine. They're also going to try and attack Red once more by the looks of things. Yes, they are attacking as much as Red as they can right now by the looks of it. Pink fortifies. It looks like they're splitting that 16, moving some of it up into Greenland possibly. Red curiously places troops in Scandinavia and in the Middle East for some reason. I'm again not entirely sure what Red is planning right now. They attack next to me and end their turn without still not grabbing their continent. I am going to turn in my cards and put put a stop to Pink's shenanigans over in North America. They are getting too strong for my liking, and I can't allow them to hold 2 bonuses. So I'm just going to do a little attack like that. Maybe I'll even run around a little bit more to try and weaken them up for later. That should do the trick right there, and I'm just going to move all of that back over to here. Pink gets 7 troops, which is still a scary amount. And by the looks of it, they do really want to hold North America. They attack over into Asia just a little bit, probably trying to send me a message, but this, I don't know how sustainable it is for them. It would be really nice if I didn't have to 1v1 Pink, but I don't think we can count on Red to make smart decisions here. They have not been this whole game so far. Red actually attacks another territory in Africa, but they still have yet to actually take the continent for whatever reason. Now, I'm going to do some serious work to Pink here, I think. I'm actually going to just take this army and I'm going to march it all the way into South America, use this troop slider to ensure I lose as few troops as possible, and I'm just going to keep going all the way up into Mexico, really do some damage to them, and really sort of do that. And they can come through and break me and attack me, but I'm not going to make it super easy for them. I will split my troops sort of like this. That way they have a hard time reclaiming either of their bonuses and have to waste a bunch of troops to do so. And hopefully Red isn't smart enough or doesn't know enough about the game to sort of pick up on it. So I'm willing to bet that Pink comes down and tries to get Australia right now, which looks like what they might do. We're going to see. There they go, as expected. Will they be able to take it? If they get good luck, oh, they do not. Instead, they move everything right down to there. Red is going to be forced into a card trade here. Let's see what they do with it. They could attack me and really screw me over, which might happen, but we're going to see. Instead, they put it in Europe. How curious. I have no idea to this moment what Red's plan is. It could be anything. I don't quite understand it. They're really just plopping their troops everywhere. No rhyme or reason, really. Maybe they're saving up to potentially fight me or Pink later on. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, we get 9 troops for us, which is massive. And I think I'm going to use them to take out this big stack of Pinks. You don't want people having these huge stacks because they can use them to attack you. So I think we do that, and I think we just end our turn like that. Maybe put 1 or 2 troops over here just as a little bit of a deterrent. Now, of course, Pink could have a card trade here and do a lot of damage to us, but I'm going to hope they do not. And it looks like they don't have a card trade, which is big for us. They are forced to stay right over here, and maybe they're going to try and come and attack Brazil, but I don't think they're going to have the troops to pull it off at all. In fact, that 2 is probably not going to beat my 2. Yeah, there it is. They lose. They do not break me, and I have a card I have a card trade next turn to come and beat them back with. At this point, Pink is pretty much finished, I'd say. I don't think there's that much more they can do against me. I think this next turn I'm going to focus on maybe taking North America over because I don't know what Red is doing to stop it. Probably not much of anything. Oh, are they going to break me here? It looks like they are. Red has woken up by the looks of things. And Red puts everything into South America. Okay, we are going to take this 15 here, and we are going to run all over North America and get a bunch of Purple's troops out of our way. We do not want them anywhere near us. Red can take that territory. I don't really mind at this point in the game. And Pink still does not have a card trade, unluckily for them. Wow, that is not fortunate at all. Alright, let's see what Red does. Red has been a little bit of a wild card this whole time. I'm not really sure what their plan is. They do have a card trade. And they put it in Africa. They put some in Africa, it looks like. Maybe some elsewhere? Who's to really say? A lot in Europe as well. And they move for Africa. Oh, do they move for Africa? No, they move over back to me. They don't take Africa, they leave it open for some reason. I don't know why they would do that, but I'm not super complaining. Oh, are they going to eliminate Pink? I think Red has been acting this whole time. I think they might actually be a fairly decent player. They are going to eliminate Pink now. and get all of their cards, which is a great move from them, which puts us in a not so great situation actually. We need to start cleaning up red as soon as possible now. I think they've been a sleeper agent this whole game, playing under the radar to now come and make this crazy play, eliminating pink, and they now get a second card turn. And the question is, will it be enough to stop me? We're going to have to see. Red is doing their best to take over as much as the world as possible, which we are going to have to put a stop to on our turn. Luckily we have this big 28 stack that's been sitting here for a while, so we should be able to run through and break as many bonuses of theirs as we can. Alright, it comes down to this. We're going to place all of our troops here, and we are just going to run through and make as much of a mess as possible of all of Red's stuff. We're going to take out South America. We're going to do a lot of damage just like that. At this stage in the game, it's about holding territories, so we want to kind of even maybe do a little more, and now we just have to hope that Red doesn't have a troop trade. Red gets 6 troops. They place a lot of them in Egypt, it looks like, and the rest over there, so they're probably going to try and break me now. It doesn't look like they actually got a card trade, which they will next turn for sure. They take out my Australia as expected, and they're probably going to go for my South America next. Yes, by the looks of things, that's exactly what they do. And we are just going to do the exact same thing in reverse to them. We're going to come through here. We're going to hit Africa hard. We're going to hit over here. We're going to take out this stack, and we're going to take South America while we are at it. And we're going to bring all of that out front to somewhere we can attack. 7 troops for Red is not great for us. A card trade for them, but not for us, is not great. Ooh, but they only get 4 troops from it, 4 extra troops, so they'll have 11 to place. And we're going to see what they're able to do with that 11. Looks like they might try and go for Australia here. But I was not expecting this sort of comeback from Red. They were lying dormant that whole game. And here they go, taking Australia. And it is very unfortunate that I do not have a card trade in here. But that is alright because we still should have enough to run through here and very quickly grab Australia from them before fortifying back somewhere more secure. Maybe Iceland will be good. And this does get me a trade. It's not a lot of troops, but it's better than nothing. Red splits up their 6 troops, placing some down in Australia and some in North America. Maybe I should have put a little more down by Australia in order to break them this turn, but I think it'll probably be alright. And they don't grab Australia. I wonder why. No matter, we are now getting 9 troops per turn, plus this extra 4 should be more than enough to take care of a lot of Red stuff. We're going to drop some over here, I think, and the rest down here to take out this 9 stack, which we do. We grab the rest of Australia, which is great for us, and while we're at it, let's try and grab Europe. We'll make them work a little bit for protecting their bonuses. I'm going to bring this right up here. We should have a card trade next turn. Let's hope Red doesn't, which it doesn't look like they do. No card trade for Red is great for us. They put their 7 in Alaska, which I don't know is the best move because they cannot get to my Europe from there. They're stuck right there isolated, so I keep Europe actually. And this might be the nail in the coffin for Red here. As you can see, I get 23 troops. I'm going to place... Actually, let's do a lot in North America and sort of work our way through here to take care of most of Red. We'll leave the rest of them for next turn. They will get a card trade, but it might be too late for them to stop me at this point. And I gotta work out how I want to path this out, probably around like this, in through here like that. Make sure they have as little territories as possible. And where's the hardest for them? Probably if we stick this over in Brazil like that. So they're going to get 3 troops plus whatever their card trade is. They turn in for 8, which is a good amount of troops. They could potentially do a lot of damage here, but I think it's basically the end for them. Maybe I should have split up my troops a little bit differently. They are moving very quickly now, it looks like. But will it be enough? I don't think so. They have 9 troops left and they have to deal with everything I have. They can maybe break most of my bonuses, but I don't think it'll be enough in the end. And they are going to try and break my North America, but I don't think they'll get my Australia or South America. They do not. And the writing is on the wall. 15 troops for me is fantastic. I hit this. I hit down here. I run all through Red to finish them off. very nicely. I say oops, not good luck, sorry. Good game, well played, and we take them out for the win. Very nice. And if you enjoyed this, I will be planning on doing more Risk videos for the channel. This is sort of a tester to see how you people like it. This is a very interesting match. I very rarely play games with only 3 people in them, so I'm glad this went the way it did for us. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.